today, rainforests are being destroyed at the rate of, listen to this, more than an acre a second. And that land is what these creatures call home. This creature, well, I have one in my hand, but here's one right down here on the tree branch. They're red-eyed frogs, tree frogs. And the fate of their future is in our hands. Look at this. It's so soft and beautiful. Hello, little baby. Very sticky. Very sticky. But they're not the only ones being threatened. Please welcome from the National Wildlife Federation, David Mizejewski, and another rainforest resident. It's right on. You're all in green today. We're all green today. I should have worn green. This is a toucanet.
This is an emerald toucanet, and it's a beautiful bird species. Lives in Central America down to South America, and they're dependent upon rainforest for survival, just like the red-eyed tree frog
now,
here.
Is this frog going to jump out of my hand?
He might jump, so you might want to just, keep him over the table there.
Should I put him over?
Now, Martha, check out his red eyes. That's what he's named for.
I know. Look at this.
They're so startling that that's actually a survival mechanism. It's called startle coloration.
He's only closing one. Look.
Okay, you see how that's closed?
Yeah.
When they're at rest, they're camouflaged on the leaf. If a predator comes, they pop open those eyes, and it scares the predator. It's one of their survival techniques.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, so
I went to Costa Rica and we went to the rainforest, and of course there's pictures everywhere of the green tree frogs.
Right, yeah.
There were none. We couldn't find one. No, I shouldn't laugh because that's very bad.
Right, absolutely. Well,
it's very bad. There were none.
They were probably camouflaged, but without the rainforests, none of these species actually have a home.
They're hot. They're hot too.
This bird is a fruit eater. They eat the fruit of over 100 trees.
Okay.
I'm going to let you feed him. If you just want to pick up a blueberry there, put it in the palm of your hand.
What do you think? What do you think? Let's see you eat this.
Isn't that amazing?
I don't know. Let's see if he eats it.
Oh, he'll eat it. Yep.
Drop it down his...
No,
that's big.
He'll chew on it.
He's saying, why did you give me such a big one?
Right, he'll chew on it. Now, these guys, of course, are in the food chain, and so things like snakes and larger birds of prey might eat these guys, but they're cavity nesters, like a lot of birds we have here in North America. So
there it goes.
They're going to go in old woodpecker holes, and so without healthy forests, healthy rainforests, they don't have a habitat.
You can see him swallowing. It's all in here now, right?
Yeah, he's probably going to not eat another one right away. Now, we've got another really amazing animal that I want to show you.
Oh, what?
It's called a phalanger, or a striped possum. And check him out right over here.
How cute.
Now, these guys...
I have been warned not to pick him up. He might poop on me, and he also might scratch me, I was told.
I told Martha, let it poop on me.
Okay.
So, but he's going to hang out. There he goes right there. He lives in Australia and in New Guinea, this species. And, it kind of, we call it a possum. It doesn't really look anything like the possums.
Is it a marsupial?
It is a marsupial, but he's not really closely related to the Virginia opossum, which is what we have here in North America. If you look, he kind of looks like a squirrel. And that's because he's adapted for living in the trees. He's got the same body structure, that long tail, it helps keep him balanced. Now, these guys are insectivores, meaning they eat insects. And if you look at his fingers, he's got a really long fourth finger. That helps him pry insect larvae out of wood. And Martha, over here, we've got some more food, those worms right there.
But the frog doesn't want to have that.
No, the frog doesn't want that. I'm going to see if I can get him to eat.
Frog's walking away. Here.
He's
Here,
okay
Froggy.
over there. Yeah,
Froggy's going a courting.
Now, I'm going to put these down here, and let's see if we can get him over.
Now, these are nasty-looking beetle larva grubs.
But if you are a striped possum...
Yeah, this is something that you really want, right? Ooh.
Yep, there you go, see? Now, he'll hang out in the rainforest. He eats all these insects. Whoop, he dropped it. Let's give him a fresh one here. Here, you want another one? There we go.
Now, if we leave that in my studio, is it going to turn into some sort of, what is it going to turn into,
this will probably turn into a beetle, so we're going to get it out of here. So rainforests are really important, Martha. Global warming-wise, burning rainforests for development, for logging, causes 25% of global warming emissions. So it's a huge issue. Not to mention that they're hotspots of biodiversity. All of these species depend on the rainforest. 50% of the world's species live in tropical rainforests. So as we develop them for furniture, for logging, for agriculture, we're really destroying this habitat, and we're having a global impact.
So we really, I mean, the acre a second is really what bothers me.
It's happening so quickly. And we actually have a clip from a show that's airing on Animal Planet called Orangutan Island. It's another species in Indonesia that is threatened by development of rainforests.
Can we see that clip?
A pit viper is one of the most deadly snakes in the Borneo forest. But they don't attack unless they are disturbed. Nadi has no idea how close she is. And just at the worst possible moment, she makes a move.
Was she bitten?
She was, but that's part of the survival. These orangutans were sort of orphaned and abandoned because of development and poaching and things like that. So they're surviving on an island.
So, Dave, what can we do to help the rainforest?
Well, fortunately, there's a lot of things that that people can do right here in the U.S., things that are very much purchasing oriented. And I think in our next segment, we're going to show you a few specific things that people can do.
Okay, good. Well, we'll be back, and don't forget to catch Orangutan Island on Animal Planet Fridays at 9 p.m. So we're going to learn what we can do to save some of these beautiful animals' homes. Oh, he's being a glutton. Right before the break, David and I introduced you to just a few inhabitants of the world's rainforests. But here's one more that you've just got to meet. It's called the Rainbow Boa. And he is a very beautiful reptile with those wonderful markings and wonderful scales.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous snake. It's called a rainbow boa because if you kind of look in the light in the right angle, it kind of has an iridescent glow to it, so hence the name rainbow. But these guys live in South America. They live in Amazonia, and they're a rainforest species like all of the animals we have on today. And they're important predators. They're eating warm-blooded animals. Now, this is a cold-blooded reptile. He hunts at night. On his face here, he's got these special heat-sensing pits, and that allows him to find birds and mammals in the darkness. They kind of glow, and he can find them. So.
And it's not a venomous snake.
It's not a venomous snake. I would not be holding it if it was. This is a constrictor, so he wraps up his prey.
So don't put this around your neck, for example, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Would it be hard to get off?
Well, you know, if he clamped on, I mean, he's big enough to hold on tight, but you know, this guy's pretty used to being handled. He's very active, though.
And so their role in the wild is?
They're predators, so they're helping keep the ecosystem in balance by eating prey species. That keeps them from getting overpopulated.
How long do they live, a snake like this?
This snake can live about 20 years.
Oh, really?
So they're fairly long-lived animals. Yeah.
Oh, how old is that one?
You know, this one is probably, you know, I would say 5 years old. I don't know his exact age, but he's definitely pretty much full grown.
So do you have like a short list of things that we can do to aid in the support and in the maintenance and the protection of the rainforest?
Yeah, I mean, here in the States, we can do things with what we buy that will actually have a big impact on the rainforest. Number one, coffee. Everybody drinks coffee, right?
Yep.
We've got some samples right here of shade-grown coffee. Now, this is coffee that's grown in plantations where they keep the rainforest trees. And it's really important for animals like this, as well as the toucanet and other birds, to have their habitat.
Okay, so this is Organic National Wildlife Blend.
Yep.
And it is sponsored by the National
By my organization, National Wildlife Federation. And so, you know, that's something that you can buy in almost every grocery store, not just National Wildlife Blend, but many companies have it. Another thing is wood products. And here we have a piece of wood. You see these letters FSC? That stands for Forest Stewardship Council. Now, this is an organization that certifies forestry operations to make sure that they're sustainable. And you can buy wood, you can get this at any...
Any difference in the regular plywood that we buy?
No, it's the same quality of wood. It's just, you know, when you buy it, that you're putting your dollars behind a project that is not damaging the environment, that's not hurting wildlife. And, you know, paper products you can get as well. The last Harry Potter book was printed on paper that was FSC certified.
Really? That's good. And there were many millions of copies of that book.
So everybody, simple things like this can actually go a long way in helping make sure that these species survive.
And are we losing, as we're losing area, we're losing acreage, are we losing whole species?
Yeah, I mean, 50% of the world's species are estimated to live in the rainforests. They're so diverse. The Amazon River has about 2,600 species of fish. The Mississippi only has 250, just to give you a sense. And as we destroy it, again, it's for agriculture, for logging, for furniture. Garden furniture, in particular, comes from tropical woods. So, you know, be aware, look for that FSC certification.
That is farm-grown or especially grown.
Sustainably grown is what we call it.
Okay. We have time for some audience questions. Does anybody have a question for Dave? Oh, right there in the front row.
Hi, Dave. I'm Tim from Hamburg, New York.
Hi, Tim.
We just bought a bat house to try to control our mosquitoes in our yard without using any sprays, and I was wondering if you had any recommendations of placement to actually make sure that bats live in there?
That's a great question. Most people hang bat houses improperly. They hang them on the side of a tree. And, well, he's coming back over.
He likes you.
You should really hang a bat house on a pole, at least 15 feet off the ground. Bats need a long area between the ground and the bottom to feel safe. They can't take off from the ground, most species, so they have to drop and open their wings and fly. So on a pole, at least 15 feet up, or even better, on the side of a building.
We put ours on the side. We put ours on the side of the building, and oh my gosh, we have bats.
See, it works.
And it's wonderful because I have very few mosquitoes, if any.
Right, and bats not only eat mosquitoes, but even more so, they're eating night-flying beetles, moths, a lot of agricultural pests. So it's a good thing to do. You want to make sure it stays warm, too. Most bat species want it at least 100 degrees in there. So put it in a south-facing position. You can even stain it dark so that it retains more heat.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Another question?
Hi, my name's Kylie Forbush from New York.
Hi.
And my question is, I can't afford to buy a hybrid car, but do you have any suggestions on how I could make my car that I do have more eco-friendly?
Well, a couple different things. One is obey the speed limit. The faster you drive, the less fuel efficient your car is. It's kind of funny, but it makes sense, right? You can also just try to drive less. Try to walk, get a bike, carpool. I do those things when I go to work, and it actually can make a big difference in cutting down your personal contribution. And so, you know, it's simple things like that if you can't afford to buy a more fuel efficient car right now. The other thing you can do is start saving and plan on the next time you buy a car to try to buy one that is very fuel efficient.
Okay, thank you.
Good question. Well, Dave, thank you again for being here. It's always a pleasure, and we always learn so much from you. And thank the National Wildlife Foundation, too, for all the great work that they're doing.
Thank you.
You can learn more about the National Wildlife Federation by going to marthastewart.com. And everyone is going home today with a package of Green Mountain coffee. It's shade grown, so drink up. We'll be right back.